The New York Knicks showed me everything that I wanted to see. A couple of days ago, I broke down the film saying that they need to start OG Anunoby on Cade versus Mikal Bridges. I also said that we need to see a dual double big lineup of Mitch and Cat. And that's exactly what the Knicks did. Now, they did get off to a slow start, but ultimately they ended up having one of the best fourth quarters in Knicks franchise history. I mean, we're talking about it was a 21 to nothing run at one point, 40 to 21. It seemed like the Knicks were going to lose this game late. Then all of a sudden, Payne came in. Brunson went to the locker room, and Payne immediately erupted for 14 points in 15 minutes. He was phenomenal. 3 of 5 from three, 5 of 7 from the field. Payne gave us that business, of course, last year in the first round of Philadelphia, and now for the Knicks, he gets it done. Jalen Brunson started off the game 4 of 15, and he ends up shooting 12 of 27, 34 points, 8 assists. This vintage Brunson down the stretch of this game had that clutch and one. It was able to get to his spots against one of the better young defenders in basketball in Azar Thompson. Karl-Anthony Towns. We're going to go over the film, and I'm going to break down what I loved from Cat and what I didn't love. Defensively, I didn't expect much out of him. The Pistons are a tough team to defend just because they've got Cade on the pick and roll and they've got some athletic big men. But Cat offensively, 23 points and 11 rebounds. Say what you want about the defensive side of the ball, but from an offensive standpoint, Cat was unguardable. I mean, it didn't matter who was on him on Detroit. If it was Duren, if it was Stewart, I mean, it was barbecue chicken. I mean, Cat was getting whatever he wanted, and he only took 3 threes, which, of course, against a team like Boston or Cleveland, Cat's going to need to fire up more than that. But against Detroit, he needs to get to the basket because every time he takes a three, he's just doing them a service. And I get Cat's the best shooting big ever, but you guys get what I mean is that Cat needs to go to the basket because there's no one that can guard him on that team. If he's going up against like Porzingis, like obviously that's a different story. But in terms of the rest of the team, Josh Hart only played 8 minutes in the second half, which was very peculiar. But Hart, again, just getting to the basket, 6 of 10, 13 points. Doesn't seem like much, but he was getting wherever he wanted, or whatever he wanted, rather, of course, just going to the basket. And they weren't fouling, too, which is why Hart was 6 of 10, because the only way they could have stopped him was to foul. And at that point, they're just giving him an and-1. Hart was a plus 20 in 30 minutes. Hart was phenomenal. OG Anunoby did exactly what he needed to, man. He had 5 steals, which is just absurd. It's preposterous. 2 blocks, 23 points, 8 of 18 from the field. OG was aggressive, which we need to see, and defensively he got it done. Cade Cunningham, I mean, yeah, he put up a lot of assists. He had 12 of them, but he was 8 of 21 for 21 points. OG was so good defensively. Mitchell Robinson, though, deserves a lot of credit. You could argue Mitch was the most valuable player tonight. Again, Payne, Brunson, like everyone we just talked about was great, right? But I'm saying Mitch, from a film standpoint, not a statistical standpoint, was arguably the most dominant player. I mean, that contest he had on Malik Beasley was phenomenal, of course, just knowing tendencies and angles and things like that. And then the pick and roll defense, attacking the glass, getting second chance points. Brunson's going to draw 2 defenders when he drives, which means that Mitch can clean it up. And Brunson's wisely, of course, just going to throw it up and try to make it. And if he misses it, he knows it's going to be 2 points anyway from Mitch. Mitch had multiple putback dunks. One of them didn't count because there was a foul before it. Brunson got hit. But Mitch jumped up one hand and dunked it on some guy's head, some munchkin. If Mitch can continue this, and how many minutes did Mitch play in the first half? I think it was like 14 at the top of my head. It was something like that. And Mitch needs more minutes. It's as simple as that. I get Cat played 39 minutes. He's going to continue to play 39 or more minutes, but Mitch needs more minutes. He was a -9. I don't even care. Like, Mitch was phenomenal, bro. And you look at the starters, right? I mean, they had that 21-0 run. So that certainly helped. Mitch wasn't out there during that, but still. The only way the Knicks are going to be able to win the championship is if Mitch plays more minutes, because defensively he's going to clean up a lot of the holes, the inconsistencies on that side of the ball, and then he creates second chance points too. The reason why the Knicks haven't beaten the top teams is because they don't use Mitch more. He was sort of getting in the game shape, and you could tell Mitch was at his best tonight. Landry Shamet ended up playing 10 minutes. Didn't really have a good game, if I'm being honest with you. Wasn't terrible or anything like that. Miles McBride, not his best game as well. If it wasn't for Payne, I mean, sheesh, the bench would not be looking good. But Payne was a plus 23, 14 points, a steal and assist. I mean, getting whatever he wanted to, going to the basket, finishing over Detroit defenders. And then, of course, the 3 ball was literally automatic. I mean, Payne put together one of the best bench performances you'll see from a Knick probably ever. Just given that it was a playoff game, and if he didn't come in, the Knicks would have lost. And if they had dropped game 1 at home to the Pistons, would we be in trouble? No. But, like, it wouldn't be a good look, right? Because now all of a sudden you've got to play one more extra game before Boston. That would it would have been stupid. And Detroit's a good young team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit them, but you can't drop a game at home to the Pistons. Like, that's inexcusable. It's ridiculous, man. And then, yeah, Mikal Bridges is the one guy I haven't talked about. Minus 16, 8 points. Mikal, not his best game. Like, Mikal has to be better. Thankfully, the Knicks got the win. Mikal, especially when he's working out of the post and he's just getting to his spots, he's 15 feet away. He's not going to miss those shots. So the Knicks need to find a way to get him going too, because we know Mikal's defense hasn't been where it should be this year. I mean, one of the main reasons why, at least, I was excited to get Mikal, not for his offense, it's for his defense. I mean, he was the runner-up defensive player of the year to Marcus Smart a couple of years ago in Phoenix. And all of a sudden, he goes to the Knicks, and they've already got OG, so now he's going to have even less pressure to defend. Mikal needs to get back to that level, man. Even his Brooklyn years, bro. Like, he's got to get back to that level. Mikal needs to be better. And I've been picking on him a lot, but it's because I know what he's capable of doing. Like, Mikal needs to be scoring 18 to 20 a night and playing good defense. Like, he has to, bro. The only way the Knicks are going to have a chance to compete at a championship level. In terms of the Pistons, I mean, Lazar Thompson dealt with foul trouble. He had 5 of them, so he didn't play for a lot of the game, only 23 minutes. Tobias Harris was really the one guy who we just didn't have an answer for tonight. He ended up shooting 8 of 13. He had 25 points, 6 rebounds, looked like a man possessed. 40 minutes, man, but he was a minus 16 because of that run. Tim Hardaway Jr., former Knick man, my guy, 7 of 13. Jalen Duren had not really the best of game. Also got in foul trouble. Cat was just picking on those helpless Detroit big men. And then Cade, if it wasn't for the inefficiency, it would have been a good game. But, I mean, he has 6 turnovers, 8 of 21. That's not going to get it done, man. Like, the 12 assists don't matter if you have 6 turnovers, at least in my opinion. Feel free to disagree down below. Ron Holland, I mean, he was active. He really was. He only played 6 minutes, though, and Isaiah Stewart, 19 minutes, 5 fouls is crazy. But he did make an impact, I will say that. Dennis Schroeder had a good game. Dennis Schroeder had a really good game. He gave us a lot of business. But he also exposed a lot of the Knicks' weaknesses, is that, man, Cat matched up onto a guard is literally barbecue chicken. Like, that's a point, especially a quicker guard like Schroeder. Malik Beasley was 6 of 12 from 3. Just, man, Malik in that first half couldn't miss you. I think he was 4 or 5 to start, and then he came down to reality. But a lot of it was good contest and grenades sort of end of the shot clock. He had 20 points. The next game, the Knicks, honestly, defensively speaking, I mean, the Pistons shot 46.9% from 3. They did miss 5 free throws, which didn't really all that matter, but that helps for sure. But yeah, the Pistons, I mean, they had 19 turnovers. The Knicks got after it. They got in the passing lane. They were pesty on the ball. But this was just one of those games where the Knicks should not have won. And you know you're a good team when you win games, especially in the playoffs, that you should not have won. Like, the Knicks had zero business winning this game, given the fact of course, Hart's foul trouble early on, Brunson's inefficiency, and then the Pistons had all the momentum. And then the Knicks, of course, it was like a 6-0 run, timeout, Detroit tie game, and then the eruption happened. So the Knicks need to continue this, though, right? Like, this means nothing if the Knicks go out there in game 2 and are flat and lose by 10. If the Knicks win game 2, which I think they will, and then really all they need to do to that point is just win one game in Detroit, and then kind of, it's 3-1 to that point, come back to New York, win that game, and finish them off with a gentleman's sweep, and then go into the Boston series ready to go. The good thing for us is that Boston is playing against Orlando in the first round. Now, why is that so significant? Because Orlando, 1, is a young team with nothing to lose, so they're going to go absolutely hard. But 2, they're physical, and I don't know if elite is the right way to phrase them defensively, but they're very good defensively. They've got a lot of defenders that can switch everything and that can defend. I mean, the Knicks didn't have a problem with Orlando this year, but their defense is good. So I do think they're going to be able to at least wear on the Celtics a little bit and give them a tough first round. They'll probably lose like 5 games. Maybe they'll get 1, but really, as long as the Magic just make the Celtics work for it, give them some bumps and bruises going into the Knicks series. And at that point, both teams probably are going to get gentleman sweeps. But yeah, the Magic and the Pistons are 2 young teams that are going to dominate the future. But right now, it's not their time. I mean, this is the Knicks and the Celtics. So, I mean, the Knicks could be looking at one of the more difficult playoff runs we've seen in a while. I mean, we're talking about Detroit, Boston, Cleveland. So 2 60-plus win teams, and then maybe a third in Oklahoma City. Let me just fact check that, though. Yeah, 61 wins for the Celtics, 64 by Cleveland, and then 68 by the Thunder. That's assuming if that's the way it goes, which it probably won't happen that way, but still, I mean, it really could. I don't think anyone will be that surprised. But it started tonight, and it's gonna continue in game two, which I'd imagine is gonna be on Monday. Yeah, it's 100% on Monday. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, I did not know I was talking for 10 minutes. That's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna end it here. But guys, smash the like button. I'll talk to you tomorrow. As long as I get access to the film, we will break that down. It's just crazy because everything that I spoke about in my last film breakdown before game one, Tibbs actually implemented. So that's how I know that I'm not an idiot, because clearly I was on to something. I'm not taking credit for the win or anything like that. That'd be crazy as well, but we're on the right track for sure. Peace, guys. Later.